Aitchison for 5 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to. I actually want to talk to you about a couple of specific things now. I understand that you actually have a call coming up with an organization that I had the opportunity to visit while I was in Calgary on the weekend. It's called the Calgary Drop-In Centre, and I went for a visit. Truly an amazing organization. What I particularly love about what they're doing is they are aggressively working to find clients permanent housing as opposed to just constantly cycling through the shelter system. I really admire people that recognize that the job ultimately is to put themselves out of business if they can, and that's their effort. So I know that you have a call or a meeting planned with them, and if I could take an opportunity just to say, I hope that call goes very, very well, and you find a way to work with them, and maybe we can help other shelters, operate in a similar kind of way. So I'll just throw that out there. But there's another project specifically that I'd like to mention to you, and I don't often do this. But I think it represents the possibility of a model that can help housing and another organization. You're probably familiar with a couple of different legions across the country that have redeveloped. Sault Ste. Marie is a good example. There's one in Toronto, I know, City of Calgary. There's a couple out there. In my riding of Parry Sound, Muskoka, there's a very small community called Bala. It's tiny, but they have a 75-year-old Legion that is well past its best before date. And its president just so happens to be Dennis Mills, a former Liberal member of Parliament. And we get along famously. They are working very hard to redevelop that Legion site in a little place like Bala with 125 units of housing, much of which will be affordable. And of course, they've been ready to go. The municipality was all on board. They got things done quickly, which always doesn't happen. They submitted things to, I guess, to Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, and now it's, I guess, bumped over to your agency. And they're not looking for huge grants, of course, because these things actually generate some revenue. They're looking for affordable financing, and this is one of the tools that I'm told you have available to you. So I would love to, encourage you specifically to look at this Bala Legion project. But I'm wondering, though, if you'd be interested in looking at something more broadly with Dominion Command. A lot of these legions, especially in rural communities, which I think has been largely neglected on the housing file for the last 10 years, have old legions and dwindling membership and old buildings that are in a state of disrepair. And I see this as an opportunity not just to create new housing, but to save the Legion as well. And I'm wondering if you'd be interested in looking at a model like that works collaboratively to redevelop Legions and provide thousands of housing units at the same time without huge grants.
Absolutely. That is exactly the models that the flexibility that we have at Build Canada Homes allow us to work with organizations like that, like Legions, which is ideal because they come with land as well. We know that the different components of the cost of a housing, and the more we can dip into that, take out the land costs, take out taxes costs, take out the financing costs, that's how you create the affordability. So when you have a program that is Legions or the United Church, for example, years ago, created their own corporation to develop their own lands. This is the kind of things that now we can partner with and we can support as well. We are seeing as well very interesting proposals coming to us. So, for example, small rural municipalities getting together with their own lands and kind of creating then going with one of the development managers to come together because it's hard for a smaller municipality, and so creating that capacity. And again, this is the flexibility that Build Canada Homes brings to the table to work with those models, to give the certainty to those models, because we have flexible tools. We're not a program. We're not just a grant or a financing. We can come at it in different ways and foster those partnerships and those bigger models.
We're almost out of time, so I have another quick question for you. If you can you give me a sense of timelines for organizations like the Bala Legion, which have submitted their proposal to your office? What kind of timelines are we looking for? What should we expect in terms of response to the Bala Legion?
So we do a very initial response. We just set up at the end of November. The moment that the application, the proposal is complete, so for example, right now we have about 400 proposals in progress. So the organization started, and they haven't completed the submission. One is completed submission. Our goal is to within between 30 and 60 days to start engaging with the proponent. Now, sometimes what we're finding as well is that we might not be able to engage exactly the way that they're coming to us, and we initiate the dialogue and actually put on the table, maybe if you look at it in a different way, maybe if we look at it, maybe we can't come with such a big financing, maybe we do more of a bridge loan or a grant, and we try to work with the proponent to unlock the project and
Thank
to
you.
make the project work.
This is my official invitation to Bala. Come visit us.
Thank you, Mr. Aitchison.
You have been listening to The Life of a Servant, a Dennis Mills podcast. Visit dennismills.com for more information and archived episodes of this program.